Hi everybody, this is Andrew from Launch27, and in this video I'll give a quick overview on team users. A team user is the person that goes out and does the actual physical work for each job. In this example, I have a cleaning company, so I named my team Team A. They are the cleaner that will go out to do each of the jobs they're assigned to here. So with that said, teams cover a lot of different areas in Launch27, but for this video, I'm just going to strictly focus on how to create them, how to edit them, and how to archive them. And then as far as assigning them and doing all the other cool stuff you can do with a team user, I'll just do that in another video. So first thing you want to do is click on settings. Now, one important thing, all right, and then here on people, go to teams. So one important thing to remember is that even though we call these users teams, each team user is really just one person. Team really means their role in the system, meaning that in another video I explained that we have a staff user, and those are the people that actually do the work in the back office of your business, and the team user is the person that does the actual physical work like the cleaning or whatever service that you provide. So it's important to remember that a team user is one person. Okay, so to create one, you just want to click on add new. I'll call this team D. Each team has a title, and this is what you'll see throughout the system. We don't show their contact information. This is just a cleaner, easier way. So Danny Smith. Email will be danny@smith.com. Phone number. Now, color is a way for us to color code teams when they appear in our scheduler feature. That's how you dispatch and your teams to your jobs. So a lot of people prefer to see things color coded. So assigning your team a color is just an easy way to visualize things in the scheduler. So I'll just give this person a purplish blue. Click save. And now we are taken to their team profile page. You can see here that you can have the option to upload a profile picture of them. Here, you can edit the contact information that you just saw me enter. You can send them a message like this. This will basically email them. Sending a welcome email is the way that they will confirm their account. When you send a welcome email, they'll have a confirmation link that they click. And once they do that, they'll have to set up a password so that they can use that information to log into their account to see what's assigned to them, etc., etc. And until they actually confirm their account, you are going to see this unconfirmed account label right here. The next thing is that you can manage a team's email preferences. There are various email alerts and text message alerts that get sent to teams, and you can subscribe or unsubscribe them from those messages here. And the last thing is archiving a team. What this does is locks them out of their account. They won't be able to log into Launch27 anymore if you archive them. And also you won't be able to assign them to any additional bookings. And I can show you really quick what that does. If you click on archive this team, it'll ask you if you're sure. And now if I went back to my main page, you can see that this filter only shows the active teams. If I want to see the archived ones, I can go here. You'll see the one I just created, Team D. If I want to move them back to being active, I just need to unarchive them, which is pretty much like taking something out of the recycling bin in your computer. It restores it whole, and Team D can log into their account again, and you can continue to assign them to bookings. So click on unarchive. And I want to show you what other things you can see in the team profile. I want to use Team A as an example because you can see it has more data with it. Now you can see that hey, team A has a rating and it's a 5-star rating. If you were to filter this list, you can see that, hey, this completed bookings is the jobs that they've been assigned to that they've already completed. So you can see that the customer left them some feedback here, 5 stars, some really nice words, the date that they left it. If you wanted to filter this further, where you see his upcoming jobs, you see here. And also another list we have is for canceled bookings. He doesn't have any. And if you just want to see the bookings that were feedback was given, you can just filter it like this, because not every customer will give feedback. So this is just a quick way to filter that out. The next thing is tags. Tags are pretty straightforward. They're used to categorize, group, label teams, whatever you want to call it, pretty much like any other tag you've ever used in another website or system. So maybe team A lives in Virginia, so I'll put Virginia. And here I can add notes. They live in Virginia, prefers to work in Virginia. And lastly is the compensation section. Here is where you can enter in how much you pay your teams. So you want to set an effective date and how much they get paid per hour. Or if your business uses the percentage based wage, you can do that and you enter in a percentage here. So I'm going to click save, and there it is. One last thing I want to show is how to manage your team permissions. So go back to the main page, and you see this orange button here that says permissions. So by default, in Launch 27, we don't show the customer's email or the phone number to any teams. And that means in any of the emails that get sent out to them, in any text messages, or in when they log into their account, they can't see that information. If you prefer for your teams to see that information, you can always check these boxes right here. Another thing is, by default, we do show them the ratings they get and the customer feedback. A lot of businesses find that to be very helpful for the teams to get that feedback directly. But if you don't want them to see that, you can always uncheck this like that. The next thing is, and I'll go over this in a separate video on what comments are, but basically comments are a way for you to communicate, for staff, teams, and customers to communicate about a specific booking. So here, it's pretty straightforward. If you hover over this, you'll see what this means. It says, this gives teams permissions to view comments from staff and add comments related to bookings that they are assigned to. So they can only make comments on bookings they are assigned to. So if you want to prevent them from viewing the comments or adding comments, just uncheck this here. In particular, if you feel like customers sometimes say things that you wouldn't want the team to hear, then you can uncheck this so that they cannot view the comments from the customer. And one thing to remember is that teams can never send comments that the customer will see. So if your team is saying something that's confidential about this particular customer or private, they can it'll never be a risk that they will say something that the customer would see and get upset about. And the last permission is, can they view comments from other teams that are also assigned to the same booking? So in Launch 27, you can assign more than one team to a booking, and this just controls whether or not they're allowed to see each other's comments. So with that said, if you have any more questions about how teams work, please let us know at support@launch27.com. Thanks.